Don't let them see you coming.
What's been waiting this better? This better. You've been waiting. But this better be good. What's been waiting? By the you've been waiting on you. Been waiting. This better. You want. This better be good. You gonna get by the we could use some help here. Been waiting. This better. You gonna get this better be. You gonna want some. By the number, boy. Been waiting on you. This better. Who wants? Been waiting. Who wants? This better be good. Been waiting. By the arm. This better. By the numbers, boys. Who wants? Who wants? This better. You. By the waiting on you. Armed and ready. Been waiting. You. By the this better be. Been waiting. Who wants? You. Who wants? By the numbers. We could use some help here. You could. This better. You could. This better be. Been waiting. You've been waiting on it. This better be good. This better. But you can. Been waiting. This better be. By the we could use some help here. By the numbers, boys. Been waiting. This better be. Been waiting. Been waiting. You can. Who wants some? By the numbers, boys. This better be. Who wants some? You can. By the numbers. We can use some help here. This better be good. Been waiting. This way. Who wants some? This better be. Been waiting. Who wants? Who wants? You. Armed and who wants? This better be. Been waiting on you. This better be. This better be. Armed and ready. This better be. Who wants? Been waiting on you. You've been waiting. Who wants? This. You gonna get me by the numbers, boys. Who wants? You. Who wants? You've been waiting. This better be good. Been waiting. By the been waiting. This better. Who wants? By the you gonna been waiting on you. Who wants? By you. This better. This better be armed and ready. This better be good. You. This better. Who wants? You've been waiting. Who wants? Been waiting. By the who wants? By the armed and ready. But you can this you can been waiting on you. Who wants? You been waiting. Who wants? Armed and ready. This better. But this better. Orders. Been waiting on you. Armed and ready. You gonna get this better be. You gonna get this better be. I've been waiting. Armed and waiting. You gonna want some. By the numbers, boys. Why not? Looking forward to it. I'm on it. Oh yeah. We could use some help here. Been waiting. Who won? Who won? Been waiting. By the numbers. You gonna get who won? This better be good. You gonna better be good. You can find this one. Who won? We could use some help here. This better be good. Who won? You can find it. Been waiting. This better be good. Who won? This better be good. You can wait. Who won some? You can find this better be good. Who won? Find this better. We could use some help here. Who won? Been waiting on you. You gonna give me orders? This better be good. You can. Who won? You can. This better. Who won? You can. Been waiting. Armed and ready.
What's up, folks? We are back with a rematch from last night's games. It is once again the Teal Terran B-Breed and the Red Zerg Timbo Slice. Timbo took the last series 2-1. Pretty nicely done from him. Let's see if B-Breed is going to be able to get some revenge, redeem his name, restore honor to his family. Looks like he's going to change things up in this first game of the series for the night, and he's going for a low ground supply depot, a low ground barracks. Kind of interesting placement. He leaves a little spot there for a second depot, I'm assuming. Not really sure why. If you go for two depots like that, it kind of makes your wall quite bustable. So yeah, not sure what the inspiration behind this is, but the low ground wall, that implies he's going to go for a fast expand. He wants to go for a little more of an economical game, and that's typically a wise choice on a map such as this. Glittering Ashes, the second largest map in the map pool currently. A lot of bases to take, a long way to travel if you want to get to your opponent's base, so typically means longer drawn out games. Of course, sometimes players will kind of use this to their advantage and go for some kind of cheekiness because their opponent might not anticipate it. Doesn't look like we're going to be seeing that this game. However, Timbo going for the standard hatch first, and delaying that speed for some reason. Would kind of like to see a third earlier. Not like a 3-hatch opening, but yeah, I mean, like if you send out your drone now, it's going to get picked off by the Reaper just like that. So would have liked to see that maybe 20-30 seconds earlier. And still no speed, by the way. Is he going for some kind of roach build? He was getting the build order from Yellow Jello earlier. But no, he is going for that speed, so it was just, I don't know, forgetfulness by him, perhaps. B-Breed now, he did float that factory up to try to catch this Overlord, but good micro so far from Timbo, keeping that Overlord alive. This Marine working overtime to try to get it, but not going to be able to get it. At least not yet. Maybe if he swings back around. No, I think the Overlord should be safe here, so good little bit of control from both players. Timbo getting the better of that exchange there. Now we did get this command center that I was talking about earlier, the early expand. Reaper goes down to the Queens, no micro there. Should not be losing that, this early off creep like that. Could have used that for a little more scouting, but unfortunately wasn't paying attention, did not react fast enough, does lose that Reaper. Not the end of the world, of course. B-Breed is just chilling back at home. He's got his reactor factory. Gonna be pumping out 1 Hellion, 1 Widow Mine. He already has 2 Hellions here. So it does look like it is gonna be his usual Hellbat Widow Mine attack. Should be throwing down that armory soon, if that's indeed what he wants to go for. And actually, yeah, I was gonna say his stim is really late. He got combat shields first, which is the quicker upgrade to get. So I wonder if that was just a mistake out of B-Breed. You typically would prefer to start Stimpak first, so it has more time to research. It does take something like 2 minutes. It's a very long upgrade to get. And ooh, B-Breed going for some drop harassment, perhaps? We don't really see this out of him ever, really, so this is pretty cool to see. Hopefully it gets some damage done, but only 6 Marines loaded up in there. That is not super scary. He's gonna be, well, evading any scouts so far. Just gonna hang out in the middle of the map here. Kind of awkward. And Timbo's just powering up behind this. He has not seen anything to really give him any pause. Now he does spot this drop. Queen is going to take a few shots onto that medevac. And these Marines just going to settle for an Overlord, it looks like. That's probably all they're really going to be able to get. Let's see if B-Breed tries to fly into the main. There is an opening, but Timbo does have Lings on the way, so should be pretty safe there. And no armory. Oh wait, there is the armory in there, but it's not going to be that usual timing we see. It's going to be double engineering bay for upgrades, so perhaps B-Breed aiming for some kind of 1-1 timing. Did try to drop in the main, but was pushed away by the Lings. Doesn't lose any Marines or the medevac, but you gotta be careful. Whew. 10 HP on that medevac. That would have been bad news if it went down. But it does get away with its life. Nicely done there. Now, Timbo, he has his double Evo. He started Baneling speed very early. Thank you, Timbo. And no layer tech aside from that. No Spire, no Hydra Den. So, what's it gonna be from Timbo? Just Ling Bane for now? Looks like he is gonna put down a Spyro. Kind of late on that, but he's in an okay spot. Only 50 workers, that's not that high, to be quite honest, for a Zerg. Almost 8 minutes into the game. He is getting his 4th, I like that. Could have been a little bit earlier. I think the macro hatch might as well go down on the 4th location. You don't have to saturate it if you don't feel safe, but just to have that a little bit sooner. B-Breed himself also expanding. Gonna be loading up 2 medevacs for another drop. Let's see if this one gets a little bit more damage done than his last one. Looks like he's going for a double prong attack. This is really cool to see. We don't really see this out of B-Breed ever, so very cool. He is evolving, changing his game, and you love to see that. You love to see players adapting, evolving, and that's really cool. And now B-Breed going for this attack onto the newly minted 4th, and at the same time dropping at this 3rd location. Not really getting too much done at either location though. And Timbo gonna be defending his 3rd first, and that does mean this 4th, well, B-Breed wasn't really microing at this location. Probably could have gotten that if he had attacked at the same time. But let's see, is Timbo gonna run in and defend this? No, it looks like he's respecting those Widow Mines a little too much maybe, or maybe just enough, I don't know. It does mean that 4th is gonna go down. No workers over there, so it's not that big of a deal. And Timbo now waiting for his 1-1 upgrades, perhaps. That's a good call. B-Breed is going to have his as well, however. And, okay, not the best Widow Mine shots. 3 kills, 0, 0, 5. Yeah, so far, Widow Mines not that great. Good transfusions coming down on these queens. Lots of energy on these queens. Hope they don't go down. And these queens now gonna fight a Liberator. Does take it out. Keeping all the queens alive. Nicely done. And oh, transfuse! Nice. Excellent micro so far out of Timbo. Not the hugest Widow Mine shots there either. So far, that's a pretty solid hold. And yeah, B-Breed's kind of run out of the meat and bones of his army, so only Widow Mines and Medevacs remaining. I don't mind leaving the Widow Mines here, but Medevac should go home. But B-Breed is rallying across the map. I'd like to see him just rally everything over, go for like a crazy parade push, because if it's 3 base versus 3 base, that favors the Terran all day. But the micro not quite there for B-Breed, not burrowing his Widow Mines. Did he get his what's it called, the tunneling claws upgrade for the Widow Mines? I'm gonna wager no. What do you guys think? Put in the comment section. I will check in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. No, he didn't get that upgrade. I don't know why. B-Breed doesn't like to get that upgrade. It's very useful. And Timbo is going to clean up this 2nd wave of this attack. Yeah, really got to burrow those Widow Mines. And look how slow they burrow. That's why you got to get that upgrade. It's not that expensive, all things considered. And look how many Widow Mines you're getting. It would be totally worth it. It is nice to see him getting Marauders this time around. Those are, of course, useful to soak up Baneling hits. And here come a huge flock of Mutas. I totally missed when those even took the field. Must have been a delayed Timbo Muta timing, as usual. B-Breed kind of just going all in at this point, but He doesn't have much over here. And Timbo gonna crash into most of the bio here. And he should be cleaning it up. B-Breed forced to pick up into those 3 medevacs. Maybe retreat back to the safety of his mines, perhaps? Timbo, happy with the damage he's done, is gonna fly home with the mutas. Gotta be careful, there's a lot of Widow Mines! Woo! Alright, losing only 1 muta so far to the Widow Mines. And he's gonna fly in again. Oh, takes another shot there, losing another Widow Mine. But Timbo, he is happy in this position. He's taken out so many of his opponent's workers. All he has to do is buy time, let his superior economy kick in and snowball the game for him. Kind of just teasing with his Mutalisks, pulling back, and in he goes with the Ling Bane army. That's a good Widowmine shot, but is it gonna be enough? Maybe. Yeah, BB does clean up that initial Ling Bane force, and now Timbo, hold on, is he really gonna throw this? Do not just stream your Lings in like that. You gotta morph Banelings. You gotta be patient, but oh no! GG gets called. 1,300 minerals in the bank, 1,000 gas. Typical Timbo fashion. Welcome back. This is game number 2 in this series between the teal Terran, who is currently up 1-0, Mr. B-Breed, and his red Zerg opponent. Throwing that game number 1, it is Timbo Slice. Yeah, I mean, Timbo, he got so much work done with his mutas. He should have been just rolling through that game, but some good Widowmine shots and some poor engagements from the Ling Bane ended up losing the game for Timbo Slice. And yeah, that's pretty painful to see, considering he was quite significantly up. B-Breed was down to like 16 workers or so, which is how many he has now, 1 minute into the game. So that gives you an idea of how down he was. Now this game though, B-Breed going for double gas. That smells like a battle cruiser opening to me. Of course, there are other options. Could be just some kind of maybe 2 factory, blue flame, something like that. But B-Breed does like his battle cruiser openings from time to time, so that's why I'm calling it. And Timbo, with a little bit of cheekiness himself, going for the fast gold and getting a fast third as well on the natural. And yeah, that's a little too quick for my liking, the third. But I do like this fast gold. That's gonna boost his economy bigly. That is 100% a word. And transferring, how many workers is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? Alright, just one shy of optimal saturation here. That's gonna give him a huge boost in the income. As we do see, this was B-Breed's advantage while the drones were transferring, but it should be swinging into the Zerg side of things momentarily. This Overlord takes a few bullets to its hide, but is going to survive in this dead airspace. And income actually not really swinging that far in favor of Timbo. It's probably just the mule working. Mule's pretty OP. Timbo going for a quick baneling nest, so does smell like some kind of aggression out of him. And that's typically a good choice, I think. If you go for a gold like that, you get so many extra minerals, and you just kind of use this for a big swell of units early on. Now, B-Breed is going for that starport in the back of his base. That means it's going to be difficult to scout. So it does seem like it will be battle cruisers. But it could still be something like Banshees. Timbo running across the map with his initial 8 Zerglings. Not really a whole lot here from B-Breed, but these 4 Hellions in the main should be enough to clean this up, push it back. And yeah, Timbo not even going to stick around to try to harass these supply depots or SCVs. So he is going to back up. He did make quite a handful of Zerglings. That is 23 Zerglings. And they're not really going to be very helpful at this stage of the game. Worker count only 28 for Timbo. But of course he does have that gold. So he should be pretty okay. He did get 2 spore crawlers at that gold base, none at his other bases, however. So he could be vulnerable to the battlecruiser that will come out in about 2 minutes or so, as we wait for this fusion core to complete. And Timbo hasn't gotten a scout at all. Yeah, he just poked in with the Lings, and that's all he knows. So he has no idea of the battlecruiser. Is gonna need to sniff this out though. How's the queen count looking? 5 queens, that is not that much. And Timbo is gonna see this little move out, and so he's gonna morph 11 banelings, 6 more zerglings on the way. Bit of a supply block, 70 out of 74, but a few more overlords are gonna be popping, so need to spend your money, get some defenses. Let's see. I think Timbo should be fine against this attack, but the battlecruiser is the big question. Now all B-Breed really needs to do is take out some of these queens. That's the only thing he is really worried about. Of course, the queens are the only thing that can contest with the battlecruiser currently. And did he take out any? No, it doesn't look like any queens went down. So Timbo does defend that initial ground attack, but again, once that battlecruiser flies in, is Timbo just gonna GG out? Let's see. As in he comes, battlecruiser operational. Is that even what they say? I don't know. 3 drones going down right away. Timbo pulls the drones, so is going to mitigate some of that damage. He does gather up all his queens. Now 5 queens can beat a battlecruiser, especially with transfusions. 6 surely can do it, but this is the power of Sky. They can just abuse this terrain. Terrain OP. These queens have to walk all the way around. And all this time, this battlecruiser just being a total nuisance. B-Breed also going in with his ground army, but that's going to get swallowed up. But no, doesn't pay attention and loses that battlecruiser. That is massive. That is 400 minerals, 300 gas down the drain. So those 9 workers he got completely evened out thanks to losing that battlecruiser. So it looked pretty bad for the Zerg player, but it looks pretty good now, and he has a huge Lingbane force. He does have his Baneling speed already, but I don't think he wants to contest with these Widow Mines, so he's going to pull back for now, morphing an Overseer. And B-Breed does have a third of his own, so he is not out of this by any means. Getting a second battlecruiser as well. Timbo going for Hydras. I don't like Hydras. They suffer the same detriment as the Queens against battlecruisers. They can't really catch up to them. They've got the problem of having to walk around all these obstacles. Much rather would have liked to see a Spire for the Corruptors, but still, Timbo's in an okay spot currently. 54 drones to 44 SCVs. Nice awareness there from B-Breed, seeing that changeling. He's going to fly across with the second battle cruiser. Timbo now throwing up spore crawlers everywhere. It's a little bit overkill, especially when you have your Hydra Den completed already, but he's going to be extra safe. And look at the effect of that. His worker count, well, it was even for a second there, but now he does go back up to 56. That's not a huge worker count though. Typically Zergs, you want to see 70, 80, even 90. Sometimes you even see some madmen go up to 100 or higher. So 56, kind of low. And upgrades, 1-1 is going to be finishing up shortly for Timbo. B-Breed doesn't have any upgrades of his own. +1, only about halfway done. Now B-Breed going to be acquiring his gold base as well. Timbo's gold going to be running out soon, so the income going to start swinging back into the Terran favor. Timbo does have these 2 4th and 5th bases, but barely mining out of those just yet. It's just going to be Lingbane Hydra for now out of Timbo. That's a fine composition. I would probably like to see some lurkers, but Lingbane Hydra is an okay composition. It has kind of fallen out of style as of late, but it's still good. And the important thing to note in any Zerg composition is not to go overboard on the extra units. And by extra units I mean stuff like Hydras, Ultralisks. Kind of just want a smattering, and this is a good amount. What is this, like 12 or so Hydras, and just the rest Lingbane. So I like this ratio a lot. We are seeing that Lurker Den being dropped down, Hive on the way as well. And B-Breed just dropping some scans, just kind of getting an idea of where the Zerg is at currently. Battlecruiser just sharking around the map, just making sure that there's nothing crazy coming his way. And B-Breed, gotta fix your rally points. Look at these Widow Mines just hanging out here, these Marines just hanging out here, and a massive army chilling in the natural here. And Timbo looks like he wants to go for an attack. Might catch this battle cruiser, and yeah, too slow on the teleport. I'm not sure it would have gotten away even if he was on top of that. And look at that. This is some kind of research base. Look at these Ultralisks just being tortured and experimented on. So you know these Zerg units are very angry. Let's see if they can exact some revenge on the Terran. Big attack coming along here. Timbo, don't. Yeah! Widowmine shots pretty good there. 2-2, maybe not. But they do get some connections and not too much done from the Zerg. Why don't you back up and morph some lurkers, Timbo? You got 170 supply and just chilling. I don't understand what he's doing. Why are you chilling on 170 supply? Oh dear. Yeah, I don't understand what's going on. B-Breed, he is teching up. He's got that Ghost Academy. He's researching Cloak. So he is already preparing to combat the lurkers and or ultras that will be coming soon. And look at this, Timbo still hasn't remaxed his units. Now at 162 supply. Imagine if B-Breed just pushed in now. I think he could just snowball this game because, yeah, imagine if he just pushed out like 10 seconds ago. No lurkers. That would have been such a scary timing. But now we do finally see 22 lurkers on the way. And Timbo should be okay for now. Let's talk about this creep spread. Pretty good. It is already encroaching on the Terran territory. He is going to drop a scan and maybe clear out some of these. No, not really. Timbo going for a huge attack here onto this 6th base, is it? Burrowing all his lurkers. Gonna absolutely demolish that planetary fortress. Now he's gonna set his sights onto the main base. Gonna burrow his lurkers in this kind of in-between point. Wouldn't mind seeing him move up a little bit more. And B-Breed doesn't want to really deal with the lurkers. He's gonna go for a counter himself. And what are these guys doing? I don't know, but this is madness. Lurkers now in the 3rd. Lings and Hydras in the 2nd. Marines in Timbo's 3rd/4th/5th. This is absolute pandemonium. Lifting up this command center is going to save that at least. What about this main one? No, he even starts up an SCV. Lurkers, uh-oh. Might get caught here. Is going to lose a few lurkers on the retreat. 47 SCVs have gone down. 16 drones have gone down. And I think Timbo definitely got the better of that exchange so far. And 4 Marines here. Are they going to be able to get the space? No, Lings do show back up in time. So Timbo has remaxed. B-Breed, however, is currently in shambles. 106 supply. He's got a lot of money, but not enough production facilities, not enough supply depots. His supply has been knocked back down to 107. That's the most he can build. Need to see maybe some supply drops. Do you know how to do that? B-Breed does X on your orbital hotkeys. Look at this, he's got to wait so long to slowly build supply depots. At this point, you really need to just drop those supply drops. And Timbo, he is going to carry his momentum forward, going to siege up this gold base. One Liberator is going to be enough to force those lurkers to unburrow. So Timbo gonna set his sights onto this 5th base. I don't know what it is. It is dead now. And B-Breed just doesn't have enough. Did he get any ghosts? I think I saw some earlier, but none on the field currently. Battlecruiser gonna go down, and B-Breed on his last legs right now. Not sure why that's a saying. How many legs can somebody reasonably have? And yeah, gold goes down, and GG gonna get called. Timbo's ties it up 1 apiece. Welcome back to the 3rd and maybe final game in this series between the Teal Terran B-Breed and the Red Zerg Timbo Slice. Pretty cool, cheeky a little build in the last game, going for the fast gold. Let's see if he does that on this map, Pride of Altaris. There is a gold base here as well. We do see an early cheeky SCV coming out, 2 of them actually. Looks like B-Breed feeling a little cheesy. Now the question is, what kind of cheese is your cheese? It's going to be a 2 racks and no additional SCVs, so it's just going to be 2. Timbo maybe anticipating this, going for a spawning pool first. So this 2 racks going to be a pretty trash, I think. I don't think it's going to accomplish anything at all. Overlord gonna be on a collision course to scout this, but it is gonna be a while, so Marines might get out in time to take this out. And honestly, I think that's about the most B-Breed can hope for, given the builds. In comes the Overlord, gonna be spotting that shortly, and doesn't spot the barracks just yet. Oh, there we go. And yeah, now he has full knowledge of it. Only 2 Zerglings, so B-Breed does have a chance to get this bunker up. And it's gonna drop down 2 of those bunkers. This is kind of awkward. Should have been just a straight build order win from Timbo, but yeah, now these bunkers, looks like both of them gonna finish, and you should probably pull down that queen. And now both bunkers are completed, and they are in range of the hatchery. How did things go so wrong, considering he went for the spawning pool first? This is super awkward. Hatchery down to about half HP, and it is most likely going to go down. Kind of curious that we haven't seen any spine crawlers. Maybe that's what this drone is for. Yep, does put that down, but hatchery absolutely gonna go down. Let's see if he uses these broodlings to any... No, not really. I was gonna say maybe go for that SCV, but yeah, not really too much you can do with them. And yeah, this has taken me by surprise. I really thought Timbo should have been 100% safe, given his pool first opening. But good job from B-Breed. Is able to take out that hatchery. And at this point, I don't think you really need to stick around. You can just kind of back up and chill. It is going to get another Overlord here for free. That's a nice little pickup. And back at home, B-Breed going for a siege tank as well as a starport. So he is chilling. Timbo still working out a way to break out of this. It is going to be Ravagers. That is the safer option, but you do have to be patient and slowly bile down the targets. But Ravagers, they do not die when you bust out like Banelings do, so it is the safer option. And what is he waiting for? You've got your 4 Ravagers. Why don't you just go? Kind of waiting a little too long, I would say. Not that he's on a timer or anything, but you do probably want to take your base ASAP as possible. And Banshee's gonna be the follow-up here from our Terran player. And here comes Timbo biling down that first bunker. B-Breed evacuates the second one. Are you gonna salvage that? No, he's just gonna lose it. Not sure why he didn't salvage it. Could have at least gotten a little bit of your money back. And this is kind of bold, sieging out back here, knowing full well there are Ravagers that could potentially bile down that tank. Lickety-split. But the damage is done. Look how delayed this base is. And does Timbo have anything for the Banshees? No. First Banshee going to show up, and no lair, no spores. I think he might just tap out as soon as he sees this Banshee. Maybe not. Cloak not done yet, so Timbo maybe thinks he has a chance. But now, in about 15 seconds, that is going to complete. Maybe showing this Banshee a little prematurely is B-Breed, as now Timbo going to be able to get his first Spore Crawler up. Is going to whiff those biles on the tank. Bit of a mistake there. Going to try to take out this barracks. Now Cloak is done. 2 Banshees are here on location. They are going to take out 1 Queen. They are going to take out not 2 Queens. And Timbo finally going to take out that tank just as a second one shows up. These Banshees causing absolute mayhem in the Zerg base. And I feel like Timbo is moments away from GGing out. He has got to be so frustrated at this point. Dropping biles on himself? I don't know what that was. And the Marines... Oh! Banshee's taking a couple biles, but not going to be enough. What does Timbo have left? He's producing 16 Zerglings, but G gets called. And B-Breed takes the 3rd game. What's up? I'm gonna be playing an RVT against Kevin Lee. And I did spawn as Protoss this game, so I do have a chance. I think he's probably gonna want to be a cheeky cheeker.
You have not enough minerals.
So I'm gonna have to plan accordingly.
Our forces need more pylons.
Nice, we get to deny that expansion. Hopefully he's not playing me for a fiddle. Let's drop down at third, which is fine. Let's just go ahead and get our base.
More minerals are required. You have not enough
Let's
minerals.
get double gas.
We do not have enough minerals.
That's just the fake, but let's see if I can get him to overreact. Nope. I'm gonna fully wall this off. I'm gonna get a forge behind this, so I can get
We do not have
cannons
enough minerals.
for
More
the defense. Let's send this probe back out.
Your probes are under attack.
no.
Those cowards have attacked our probes.
No!
More minerals are required. Our probes are in harm's way. We do not have enough minerals.
He hasn't taken that base yet. Don't really see anything. That's unfortunate.
You have not enough minerals.
Glory.
We do not have enough minerals.
Adepts.
Where shall we march? Combat awaits. Give us your...
Research complete. Unacceptable warp location. More minerals are required.
Why
We
so slow?
The firstborn shall persevere.
More minerals are required.
Want
You have not enough
Prism.
minerals.
We serve with pride.
More minerals are required.
Glory to the day. The firstborn shall persevere.
Upgrade complete. You have not enough minerals.
Yes, executive.
Oh, I'm supply blocked.
Glory to
That's
the Daylon.
bad. He does have a
Combat
lair
awaits.
already, which is a little scary.
Najakar Mina. Ire shall be reclaimed. I have met the enemy. Give us your command. The firstborn shall persevere. Glorious combat is upon us.
Is going for a spire.
That will require a power field.
I have met the enemy. The Templar. Where shall we? Combat awaits. Give us your command. Let your
Oh man,
will be
did
heard.
finish, which is unfortunate.
Glorious
We have met the
combat is
enemy in
upon
battle.
us. Najakar, where shall we march? We are of one mind.
Now he does
We
have
serve with pride.
his annoying
Forward. The Templar
Mutalisks.
combat. Yes, we serve with
Okay. It's less than ideal.
I am here in the shadows.
We have insufficient.
I am here in the shadows.
You
my
require
God.
more
Why does
Vespene
it take so long?
gas.
Go. I am the. We are one with the shadows.
Assimilate more Vespene gas.
the firstborn shall persevere. Hordes alive.
It is. We have insufficient Vespene gas.
Glory to the Daylon is upon us. Forward. Najak. Combat awaits.
Okay, we're just being super annoying.
Assimilate more Vespene.
I have met
Our
the
research has.
I am here in the shadows.
Give us your command. The Templar, march.
You require. We have used up a mineral field.
I am here in the shadows.
We have. My life for hire.
Very well. Veraku.
We serve with pride.
Cold is.
Mineral field depleted. Our forces have entered glorious combat. We have used up a mineral field.
I am the
GG.